Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Spyder Garage. We have a lot of new subscribers since the last time we did one of these, so if you're new to our channel, welcome. My name is Ken, this is my son Nathaniel. We work together in the garage here on a couple Monza Spyders, mainly on his car. We'll get to mine eventually. But today we're doing something really fun. As you guys have been watching for the last 4 or 5 episodes, a lot of big things have been happening. We went to paint and body. In the middle of all that, we decided to do an LS swap. And in the middle of the LS swap, we decided, well, the summer activities are coming very quickly. We need better tires and wheels for some of the activities that we hope to be a part of this year, which means we need to do a 5-lug swap. Why a 5-lug swap, you may ask? Well, they just don't make 13-inch tires anymore. Brake options just aren't out there. Wheels aren't out there. It's just safer all around. So once we upgrade this to like a 5x4 3/4 Chevy bolt pattern, we got better wheel options, we got better tire options, and best yet, we got better brake options. So let's get started.
Wow, you did in one take.
All right, Nathaniel is cleaning up the hubs. These are hubs from a 98 or newer 2-wheel drive S10 Blazer. We think these came off in 99. They're the hub style. So the packed bearings and hubs go in here, bolts coming from the back, and the 5 lugs are out here. This is not a regular spindle like the older style. So I just ordered the hubs. They'll be in tomorrow, or at least one of them will be. The other will be in a couple days. Yep. But let me show you what the rest of the car looks like. Monzas come with a stock 7.5-inch rear end, and not the strongest thing in the world. Capable of up to about maybe 400 horsepower. We're nowhere near that. Plus, we're just gonna take it easy, right? Wink, wink. And so we have another Monza H-body rear end that has already been converted to 5-lug. Let me show you. Bam! Feast your eyes on this. What you're looking at right here is a standard 7.5-inch ring gear H-body rear end, but it's been converted to S10 rear brakes, drilled and slotted rotors. It's got UMI performance, lower control arms, UMI performance, panhard bar. I forget what kind of gas shocks these are. Oh yeah, KYB gas shocks, about the only ones you can still get in this length for this car. New brake pads, new sleeves, new tie rod ends, because the front end does need to be rebuilt just a little bit. We do need some spacers for the new wheels that are coming up, which you have not seen yet. We'll reveal those later. Rear calipers, front dual piston calipers, front drilled and slotted rotors. This thing is gonna stop on a dime and give you change. All right, Nathaniel's been hard at work cleaning these things up, wire brushing them off. I think they're about as good as we're gonna get. We're gonna give them a coat of self-etching primer and then some gloss black we got laying around. Give them a little, and then get those ready for tomorrow when the hubs actually show up. And then we'll get on to the rear axle. Bolts off. We've got to get this brake line off here, just at that point right there. Yep. And lower control arms up front there on both sides. shocks, and then the panhard bar, just on the body side only. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the brake line. So 6 more contact points.
All right.
Disconnect those 6 things, and this thing's ready to drop.
Cool.
Okay. See that thread right there?
Yep.
That disconnects from this right here.
Right.
So there is a flat spot on either side of this aluminum casing right here. You use a wrench there to hold it still while you twist this threaded hard brake line off.
Right.
And that will take care of that.
Okay.
I think I'm good. Yeah, go for it. Break it loose. Whoa. Yeah, it's on there good.
Yeah.
You're getting it slow now, maybe. You're a little bit cockeyed, I think. That's, you're sliding. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. Broke it. Loose, I mean.
Yep.
Okay. The threads are so dirty.
Yeah.
You're fighting threads that are just caked in road grime.
Yep.
It's not a clean thread to be found.
It's kind of my fault, so, you know.
No. It's not like we haven't been on back roads or
Yeah, exactly.
sliding around muddy gravel roads or anything crazy like that.
Right.
There we go. Ooh. Had a little tension on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. It's gonna have to bang it out now, apparently. Yep.
Okay.
There we go. Good deal.
Okay.
Feel good about that?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, let's get those shocks. That universal's always kind of fun. Oh yeah, you got you really cramped for space on that one.
Yeah. Can't really get anything through there.
You've got brace bar there from the panhard. You got the panhard itself.
Yep.
Do you want a pair of goggles, by the way? I'm gonna get you some. Hang on.
Yeah.
Did you get stuff in your eye?
Yeah.
Coming out?
Yep, it's coming out.
Okay. It's hard to keep that socket on there, probably.
Yeah, I don't really want to be underneath the axle.
Yeah, it's a good call. You got it.
Yep.
Okay, try it now. Oh yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Stop.
Yep.
Oh boy. Chris is freaking out about right now. Okay, I got you. It's a little bit dirtier than what I remember from all those years ago.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why. Wow, there it is. Check it out.
Yep.
All right, time to start transferring brake lines, emergency brake lines as well.
Yep.
That's about it. We don't need the shocks. We don't need the panhard bar. They can just stay this way it is. Okay. All right. Here we have them side by side. I didn't explain earlier, what we have here is a torsion differential with a 342 posi in it, in addition to the S10 disc brake conversion. Has a TA Performance cover on it. Has no fluid in it yet. We got to take care of that. But as we were looking at these side by side and comparing, or just figuring out what we need to swap over from the other one to the other, is that I noticed that this yoke is fairly significantly different. And I'm pretty certain it's because he used all S10 components. We didn't actually build this rear end. And I think this is actually a yoke off an S10. But pretty sure it's gonna work with our U-joint anyway. I'm not too concerned about it. It does stick out a little bit more than ours, which means that the drive shaft will be in the transmission a little bit further. I hope that's not an issue. Obviously, there's usually enough play in there. We'll measure the difference and see, but that's the only thing we've noticed so far that's of concern. All right, first problem. This thing is already as tight as you can get it. And we were just gonna see if this thing fit on there, and it already slides in. There's quite a bit of a gap. In other words, this is 1 inch in diameter, and this is 1 inch and 1/8. So it obviously takes a different U-joint, but that U-joint won't work with my drive shaft. So we're looking at either possibly changing that yoke out to the one from a stock axle, or getting a custom-made drive shaft, which is really not the budget right now. And we're not sure what we're gonna do yet, but we already know that our drive shaft is not gonna work with that yoke. All right, we went inside, we got something to eat, we did a little research. We're actually checking back with the guy who actually built this axle to get some info from him. The one thing we can tell is that that pinion yoke is definitely not an H-body one. It's probably from an S10. It's a larger size, which would be great. It means we could have a larger, like 1350 yoke, stronger. We could probably even build a better drive shaft, which is something we need because the stock H-body drive shaft is really not that strong. It's the weakest link. So it's a good time for us to possibly do that. But we just want to get some questions answered. And so until we get all that sorted out, we're going to move on to the front of the car, because we got to swap out those spindles and rotors and all those brake parts. And we've got all those laying down right here. So let's get started doing that in the meantime. Just the way to hold it in. Sucker don't want to break loose. Hey, we got it off camera.
Yep.
He just kept banging on the side of it with a hammer.
Yep.
How'd that boot turn out? Did it get ripped at all?
No, that's fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So this is one sealed unit we can sell to somebody that needs it.
Yeah.
And it's all new. The only thing that's not new is the spindle.
Mm-hmm.
And we're ready to put on the new stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Here's a part of the episode that I was kind of looking forward to, and I have waited to use this product for years. This, you can see it right there, are ball joint adapters. Now, a good friend of mine, Bob Gum, actually makes these. He's an Air Force retiree like me. He's been a friend of mine for over 25 years now. He saw the need for H-body lovers like us to make an easy way to 5-lug swap, basically, without having to change ball joints. So he made these aircraft quality. In fact, he was an aircraft mechanic at Nellis Air Force Base before he retired. So, so these are super high quality, high tensile strength, are not going to wear out. He's a stickler for detail, and I completely trust him. But I've never had to use any before because I've never done a 5-lug swap. So Bob, thank you for these. I finally get to use them. We're going to use them right now using the Monza ball joints with an S10 spindle. Now, the reason for these adapters is because the taper is slightly different. So I dropped it, hang on. Because I'm just gonna roll with it. You can't really see. I'll take these out of the package finally after all these years and show you the difference. All right, here's how these adapters work. They simply slide. There's a large one, a small one. The large one's for the bottom. They just slide over the ball joint there, and they slide onto this ball joint there. And on the other side, you can see they slide right into the spindle there. And they slide right there. Look how beautifully they fit. They are the perfect tapered angle for both the ball joint and the spindle. And I'm so thrilled to finally get to use these things. Bob, you've made an awesome product here, and I'm proud to call you friend and finally be able to use one of these things on our own car. Yeah, I guess you can just leave it in there, can't you?
Yeah. I mean, it fits so well, it just stays on its own.
It's so tight, it doesn't even want to come out.
No. Okay.
Well made, well made.
Jack it up with the...
Yeah, you'll have to jack it up later, but get your castle nut started. Okay, rotate it. Yeah, that's rubbing.
Yeah, you can see the mark.
Yeah, might have to clearance that.
Yeah.
Well, so Nathaniel was tightening up the castle nuts, and we've already noticed one thing we might have to clearance. I'm gonna check with some friends of mine that have done this swap before, but here, rotate that around just a little bit, bud.
Yep.
Look at the lower control arm right there.
Upper.
Or, I'm sorry, upper, the lower part of the upper control arm.
Yep.
It's rubbing against the top of this hub style S10 spindle. I know regular S10 spindles are built a little bit differently and don't have this issue, but I've never used the hub style before.
Doesn't look to be rubbing actually. It's
Well,
just
if it's even just barely rubbing, I think we can easily just take a grinder and clearance that. But
yeah, probably.
Still curious to know if any of our friends have run into that before. So we'll check into that before we finalize and tighten this thing down for the final time.
Yeah.
Right, it does what?
There's a divot on the spindle anyways for right there.
Okay.
So it's
So it's only at full lock, like
right
towards the rear, all the way left, I guess. And then once you get up here,
It's you got plenty of room.
yeah, you got clearance. Yeah, I think we could easily clearance that.
Yeah, that won't be too much risk.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, live and learn.
Yep. I'm not gonna tighten it then.
No, we'll save it tomorrow when we get the hubs in. All right, so I think that's going to be it for the night for us. It's already, what, 10:30, 11 o'clock?
Yeah, 10:30.
You got school in the morning, I got to work, and we're waiting on the hubs to show up anyway. So tomorrow, we'll get this thing hooked up. We're also going to be changing the tie rod ends and the sleeves right there. So we got a little bit more work to do up here. But anxious to get those hubs on because we get to mock these bad boys up and take a look at them. I just want to put them on and stare at them. It's going to get exciting. But that's for tomorrow.
Yep.
So, good night, everybody. Hey, welcome back to day 2. We're back out here in the garage today on a chilly Friday afternoon. Some new parts came in. All right, so what Nathaniel is doing here is putting on the new wheel hub assembly that just came in.
Yep.
Just torquing it down. Turn it around if you would, bud. That's what it looks like.
Yep.
So the reason we went with this versus the standard spindle style for the S10 is that we've got a whole lot of better brake options with this, including the power stop brakes that you guys saw. earlier in the episode. The only thing about buying this, is it 98 newer S10 wheel assemblies, it always comes with a speed sensor. We obviously don't need that, but it also covers the opening that exposes the bearing inside, so we're just gonna leave it in there to keep the bearing protected and just snip the wire. Kind of sucks because that sensor is the thing that makes this thing really expensive. It's like a $150 bearing, and we're snipping it off, but hey, better wheels, better brakes. It's worth it in the end, right? All right, snip away. Oh, that's painful.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least the bearing is sealed up.
Yep.
All right, let's get this thing on.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Spindles on.
Awesome. Well, you know what that means. All right, let's go put the jewelry on.
Cool.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
That is so much bigger than what you had. Oh, man. Okay, let's get this bad boy on. One thing we discovered we do not have are the bolts to hold this thing on.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to mock it up there for now, and I'll have to buy some bolts later.
Yep.
That is so massive.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. He's already tearing into it. He doesn't even care. All right, well, I'll talk to the camera while he takes care of that. Today, the wheels came in. Actually, they came in yesterday. Nathaniel wasn't here. Just picked him up. We just literally got out of the truck. We went straight to the garage. And here we go. Another knife?
Yep.
Okay. So the reason for the two different boxes is because two of the wheels were on back order from Summit Racing, and apparently they came direct from US Mags. So two of them came from Summit, two of them came direct from US Mags, or at least I hope that's what that means. We'll find out when we open the box. I don't even know which one's which.
I don't know either.
Oh, I see black. Oh, it's the back of the wheel.
Yeah, that's the back of the wheel.
Okay. The anticipation. They do protect them well, though. I'm glad to see that.
Yep. That's nice.
Okay, we'll be back. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Bam! Oh, look at that. Oh, yes! Look at that deep poop. I'm so glad that we sent those others back.
Right.
This is the look we were going for. The others were very similar. Again, not going to mention the company or anybody by name, but they had rounded spokes and a really, really shallow hoop that looked almost like a front wheel drive rim, and we were really looking for this deep hoop look. And I'm so glad we did.
Right.
Okay, you can touch it now.
Yeah. All right.
Nathaniel's like, what do I do with my hands?
All right.
Do you want to mock it up?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, I figured that's what you were doing.
Yeah.
We got only one 5-spoke wheel on the car right now.
Right.
But by golly, make sure I got the right bolt pattern. Sorry. Do. Okay. Here, put a couple lug nuts on there to kind of get it flush.
Right.
There you go. Oh my gosh. Only got 2 lugs, but oh, that's amazing. What do you think?
Cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's.
Way cool.
I'm so glad we turned those others back in. I really am. I felt so bad. It was such a difficult decision. And but as I said in that last video, is that wheels are something that you just want to get right. And so it was painful to do, but from what I can see so far, well worth it. Gosh, dude, this is amazing. It's really starting to come together now. Oh, dude. This car's gonna look so good. Okay, there you go. These are US Mag's Rambler series. And we got the black centers. Nathaniel wanted the black centers because A, it's a black car and it just kind of goes well with it, but also because the original GT rims on the car were black centered rims with the trim rings on the outside. So this is kind of, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Pays homage to the original Spyder rims in just a much cooler format. Is that fair?
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah. I love it, dude. I love it. Okay, Nathaniel's opening the other box right now, and we thought that this was the wider 8-inch rim. The fronts are 7s, the rears are 8s, but no. Here's an even deeper hoop on the 8-inch rim in the back. That makes me so happy. Dude, I am so glad we returned those wheels and went for this look. That's amazing. Oh, it's gonna look so good. All right, we don't have a lot of time, but Nathaniel's home from school. He just brought back the wheels and tires from getting mounted and balanced, and he's putting them on the car. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously a little jacked up, but you can still envision it though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. No rear axle. Can't even really hang that one. Oh, baby. Yeah. What do you think?
Definitely cool.
Definitely cool, yeah. Holy cow. I don't know, I kind of dig the raked look. You want to just leave it jacked up like that?
Not sure about that.
No?
Nah.
There's the other two. Oh. We have got to get packed for a weekend trip away in Kansas in just a few hours. I don't know, what do you want to do? You want to try to get the axle installed tonight, or you just want to wait till we get back?
I don't know. Think about it.
Okay. We will think about it, but it doesn't matter because the next time you see this, they'll be mounted. See you then. And we're back. A lot has taken place since the last time you saw us. We had a few struggles along the way, and things didn't quite turn out the way we wanted tonight, but we got enough of a look at it. This sucks. But
Just show them the car.
okay. All right, fine. Here's the car. Bam. Look at that. The back is not resting on the weight of the car because we have no brakes and no lugs back there. We found out that our studs are not long enough, so the car's sitting up pretty high up there. But what's even funnier is that is resting on the weight of the car. And look how high that's sitting up there. We knew this was going to be an issue. Pretty high back there, but we know the car's jacked up. Up here, it's sitting up higher up front than it is in the back. We have the heaviest Monza V8 with air conditioning springs, the heaviest springs you can get for a Monza back in the day, sitting in this car right now. Now, a small block is over 100 pounds heavier than the all aluminum LS that we have. Plus, there's no air conditioning. Plus, there's no other accessories up there like we used to have. So we got to get some new springs. Yeah. We thought about cutting these, but honestly, there are better springs out there we can just swap them with. So we'll do that. But for now, look at that. All right. That was a lot of work just to get a peek, but little victories, right? Yeah, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. A chilly Friday afternoon. A new